Welcome to Fresh Fridays. I'm Pastor Tony, and today we'll be looking at a fresh idea that you can use in your kids' ministry. Today, let's look at safety elements, and specifically rules for a reason. You know, a few years ago, my family and I went to one of these giant amusement parks. And one of the things that I noticed is throughout the amusement park, they had signs up there that said no line cutting. No cutting in line and getting with other people in your group and so forth. But I noticed people were breaking that rule all the time. And it was getting really frustrating as you're waiting an hour in line to ride a roller coaster, but other people are cutting in front of you. And so I went to one of the employees and asked why that particular rule was not being enforced. And what they told me is for customer service reasons, we post a sign, but we don't actually enforce it. And I was like, that's dumb. Why would you have a rule that you don't enforce? Don't you have rules for a reason? And it makes me think about kids' ministry sometimes. Let's talk about policies and procedures. First off, procedures are best practices. Those are things you do because you think it has the best effect on a weekend experience. For example, maybe in your church do worship before teaching of the word. Okay, that's a best practice. But there's also policies. These are safety things that we do to create a safe environment for our kids and for our families. Those are things like doing background checks on your volunteers, having bathroom policies, making sure you have a check-in and a check-out process, making sure you have secured entrances and exits. Those kind of aspects or policies are important. Rules that are there for a reason. And we want to make sure that we're enforcing those rules. You see, there are some people out there, they will always follow every rule. They're afraid of breaking the rules. Then there's other people out there who want to push the limit on every single rule. Are you willing to enforce it or not? They're going to find out. Well, that's why it's so important that we understand there are particular rules that we have for a reason. And because of it, we understand the why behind it. We don't want to change those rules. We don't want to have exceptions to those rules. So, for example, a bathroom policy. We want to make sure that we're enforcing it so we're keeping our kids safe when they use the restrooms. Or maybe your church has a check-in, check-out process where you print tags and then parents have to show those tags when they pick up the kids. There's a reason that it's there. So when we make exceptions to the rules, it actually hurts the entire process. It destroys the safety aspect of what's so important. Sometimes it even goes against what our insurance asks us to do. And so I want to challenge you today as you're looking for new, fresh ideas. So, sometimes it's hard to enforce safety aspects. It's hard to confront people. But today I want to challenge you. Do you know why you have the rules that you do? And when you understand the why behind it, it makes you understand the importance of actually keeping those policies, of having those rules for a reason. And so this weekend, as you're looking at things, whether you're serving or whether you're on staff in kids ministry, look at the rules that you have and go, you know what, this is an important rule. And we want to make sure for the safety of our kids, for the safety of our organization, that we're following it. And here's the reason why. And as you do that, you'll create a safe environment for your kids. You create unity within your department because you don't have some people doing it and some people not doing it. We want to make sure that we're providing the safest environment that we can. Hey, this is Pastor Tony reminding you to keep your kids ministry fresh.